Hey, everybody. Michelle is here. I know it's kind of early in the morning for most people, but for me, my sleep pattern is a bit different, because I do a lot of different things. So I don't necessarily have a set schedule as to when I go to sleep or when I get up, unless I got things to do. And so, you know, anyway. So I thought I'd share some things about what used to happen to me years ago. And when I made some adjustments in my life, certain things kind of work themselves out, automatically. But I can remember as a young girl and well into my adult life, I always had these dreams about coming to the end of the road, or being lost or not being able to find my vehicle. I had these dreams for decades, and it used to frustrate me because I knew there was some type of message there. And when I say end of the road, it's like I was always coming to a dead end, coming to a dead end, coming to a dead end. And it wasn't like, it was just a frustrating thing, just put it that way. And I never could understand what that was all about, what that was all about. And it wasn't until around, I think it was 2000. Well, actually, once I started meditating, um, things would slowly start to come together in my dreams. And I wasn't necessarily lost, but that end of the road or being, not being able to find my transportation and this and that and the other, those type of dreams kind of subsided a bit once I started meditation. And and after I started doing other eternal work on myself, I realized, you know, sometimes we just don't. Well, let's just talk about me. Sometimes I just did not pay attention to signs and post or signpost or, information that was coming to me. And it usually was in an instinctual form. It was an instinctual form um, because, let's be honest. Even though we are told to trust our instinct and trust our gut, our society does not, even to this day, recognize that as a lot of power. Our society want us to more so, stay in the realms of what I see, what I hear, what I feel, and those things are definitely important. I mean, because that's part of it as well. But we rarely were encouraged to go on our instincts or go on our gut. Okay, even though people say it all the time, trust your gut, trust your instinct. And in most cases, we were not doing that. Okay, let's just be real honest about that. And that's fine. As part of my developing and discovering and, all of these, all of this work that I'm doing, which I love, because, um, again, it's my responsibility to be figuring out what the hell is going on with Michelle and what's going on in my life. It's not anybody, to put that onto someone else and be blaming other people for what's happening in my life. That is so irrelevant and wasteful. It's a wasteful amount of energy to be blaming uh, parents, neighborhood as a primary reasoning for your situations in life. Yeah, they're factors. They're always going to be factors. And whether it's positive or negative, because even though these some of these privileged people that are privileged, and they who they are, and they know who they are, where they have everything materialistically, but there's something more deeper that they seek And, until we all come on and be honest about all that stuff, we're just going to keep going and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning out of control. Literally. And, so, so I rarely, even though we always are told to pay attention to your instinct and pay attention to your gut feelings and these instincts, which are extremely powerful. The receiving, the sensing, that goes a bit further than just what I see, hear, and feel. You have those other factors that have to be incorporated in your developing in your life. You need those kind of things. So again, I used to have those dreams where, like I said, I was always coming to a dead end, coming to the end of the road, can't find my vehicle. Those type of dreams, I had those kind of dreams for decades. Once I started meditating, it's starting to level off, and stuff started to become clear. And so what I determined for myself was the reason I was coming to these end of the roads or being lost and stuff is because I was kept relying on my ego. We develop these things in ourselves, whereas we allow something that doesn't really have our best interest at heart. In most cases, sometimes, yes, you need an ego. You do have to develop an ego, but the ego does not run the show. The ego does not run the show. Okay, you have to rely on these other factors, sensing and receiving, and your vision, your hearing, what you feel, and you get that stuff out in the universe. The universe brings that to you. It's not the other way around. We always want to think that everything's coming from us. No, and that's not true at all. But that's okay. You're going to have to figure that out. Don't believe me. Like I said, don't believe me. Okay, it's not about a belief. It's an experience. Okay, it's going to be an experience. And you're not going to be able to understand it until you experience it. To me, if you're listening to me, you're just listening to me talking, right? But unless you experience it, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. And that's what this is all about. That's why I'm talking right now, before I go lay my ass down somewhere and get my ass in the bed. You have to go a little deeper, and you need to be grounded as well, because I know a lot of people want to live way, way, way out in the future. We can't wait for the future. We can't wait for the future. And so we keep thinking about the future, which is fantastic. But then some people are always thinking about the past, the 50s, the good old days, make it like it was. When how some people always talking, when I was in high school, this, and when I was in college, this, and when I, all those things are important, but you really need to be grounded on right now, in this reality right now. Okay, this reality right now is screaming for us to pay attention. Okay, screaming, moaning for us to pay attention to right now. Okay, and be realistic, okay, about right now. Okay, where you're standing right now. Okay, because your past is your past. But where you stand right now, your future, it matters for your future. And if you want to get there, and if you want to go on the right path, you need to understand that. This is nothing religious. I'm not talking anything religious here. I'm a non-religious person, by the way. I just know that, I know a lot of things about what's going on around us. And so do you. So don't think that I'm any special or that I know anything more than I know. Okay, I don't want to get wrapped up in that again. And I won't go into that. Um, but where you stand right now is what you need to be focusing on. Again, it is fantastic to think about the future, okay? Because I do all the time as well. But I have to stay in the reality that I'm in, okay, so that I can have the future that is meant for me, okay, and that I'm not making the same mistakes that I've made in the past, because that's what a lot of us are doing. By the way, we're spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning instead of moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. We're just spinning. We're just spinning, and we're not moving. Just spinning, spinning, spinning. Okay. So it's about just being really honest about your situation. And, again, it's fantastic to live in the future or think about the future. And sometimes it's great to reminisce about the past and reminisce about high school, reminisce about your first love and all this kind of stuff. But you need to be grounded in right now. You need to be concerned about the path you're taking right now, so that everything will stop spinning and move forward. Because all we're doing is spinning, 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 but we're not moving. Okay? So, I just wanted to share that, before, I go take my ass to bed. Because I got to get up in a few hours. But I'm cool. Like I said, I know how to regulate my body to get the right amount of sleep. And I'm taking a course anyway. It's somewhat like a self-defense course, to keep myself developing and prepared. It's about being developed and being prepared, and sometimes, there are those future events are sometimes uncertainties, but we can make a lot of it certain if we just stay grounded and be realistic, be realistic. But it's okay to have fun and think about the future. It's okay to have fun and reminisce about the past. And but it's most important to be having fun and where you are now. Make sure you're having fun now. And everything is fantastic and marvelous and magnificent now. Okay? Because then that's a certainty for now and forever, in my opinion. Check it out. Try it on. And let me know. Let me know. I'll listen. I'm a good listener, believe it or not. Even though I have these strong visual, I'm a strong visual person. I listen. I really do. I pay attention because, as a visual person, I am taking it in. I may not be able to process what you're saying to me and I've worked on that. That was something in the past. I mean, I listen now and I pay attention, and because I do care about people, and I do have empathy, and I just wanna be there and make a difference if I can for you, the planet, the universe. All right, so good night, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon.